At what point did you know that rap was what you wanted to do?
Oh, I loved hip hop since the beginning, since day one of hip hop. Now, rap, I always rapped, 8 years old, 9, 10 years old. I always been battling in schools, but I took the streets and the drug game more serious than rap. And so, unfortunately, I can't make no excuses, but I wanted to get rich or die trying. You know, I never liked being poor. And so I knew that I was willing to take whatever risks I had to take to become successful. And so we targeted that game and became really, really good at that and really successful. And so a bunch of my friends started going to jail for the RICO. You know, that's when the RICO was invented. And so they took down John Gotti with the RICO. And so if they took down the Italian mafia, who was the smartest gangsters ever lived, you know, the Italian mafia, they have a son that's a lawyer, they have a son that's an accountant, then the other three are gangsters, and the father's the Don. Like the whole hierarchy is created on how we're gonna get away with crimes, right? And not stereotyping. There's very hardworking Italians. I love you all. I'm just trying to tell you of a life of crime. And they was taking them down. So imagine Puerto Ricans and black guys that, you go walk in the store and you see a black or a Spanish dude that's in the streets, they on the phone going, yo, I need 10 of them things, trying to impress the whole store, not knowing they're going to jail for 80 years for talking that shit on the phone. And so all my friends were going to jail. So Diamond D talked me into making music. I went to the Apollo Theater, amateur night at Apollo. So you talking about somebody that you used to look at, I don't know where you from, but you know, in the streets, I was a don. You know, to going into the mercy of the people where they could boo you and throw apples at you and throw you off the stage, talking about I want to rap. I'm trying to convince kingpin guys, yo, I'm gonna rap. They like, you out of your mind. Are you kidding me? You like, you got spots. You got everything you want. I'm like, nah, I'm trying to change my life. And so thank God I changed my life. And when I did that, a bunch of my friends, they still in jail. From that time, they still in jail.
From the 80s. How old were you when you jumped off the porch?
I was 14. So I couldn't get along with my father. I love my father dearly, but he was like really, really strict. And we bumped heads a lot. You know, he was damn near a dictator or a tyrant in my house. And you know, I can't blame them. I had a great mother, great father. They're hard workers. My father never used drugs. My mother never used drugs. I was the black sheep. I was the one who came out wanting to get the money. I was very aggressive. It's very equivalent to this movie called Extraction. You seen Extraction?
I have.
You ever seen the first one? You saw the first one? The little Indian kid that was willing to cut his finger off, that was chasing, I was like him. Like I was determined to get the attention. You know, I was 14 hanging out with the biggest living legends in the Bronx and Harlem. Like I was 14, little kid, you know, the toughest in that age, but really going to dinner with the kingpins of all kingpins, sitting there watching them. They all love Fat Joey. And I was just learning, I was like, yo, I want to be like them. I want to have the money. I want to have the girls. I want to have the jewelry. I want to have the cars. I want to have the this. You know, and so, you know, thank God I changed my life towards music.
Yeah, for sure, man. What were you like in high school?
Terrible. The biggest bully. I once robbed my whole gym. The whole gym.
Like
70 kids
robbed them?
without a gun. Like, yo, everybody give me your coats, give me your Walkmans, give me your this. Some of the kids I was actually cool with. And I was like, yo, run it. Everybody, run it. I couldn't even carry it. Some of the guys I robbed had to help me carry the stuff with them. Terrible, you
Damn.
know. And then they threw me out of that school, Morris High School. And I made a deal with my mother that I was gonna be a good guy. And I honored that. You know, when I went to South Bronx High School, I got into a problem the first day with some big dudes, and they was talking shit, I was talking shit. You know, because I always been Fat Joe. You know, I could go to a new neighborhood and I'm me. You know, I had a lot of problems being me because I've always been like Fat Joe. You know Fat Joe now, so it's like, yo, we know Fat Joe. But think of a 14-year-old Spanish kid with blonde hair and green eyes going to a 95% black neighborhood with a V-leather bomber going, yo, what's up, Nick? What's good, y'all? Yo, what we doing here? What? Where's this alien from? Is he crazy? What is he? We've never seen one of these. You know, but I always been me. And so I go to South Bronx High School after they throw me out of being Saddam Hussein. In my other high school, I promised my moms I'm gonna be a nice guy. First day, niggas try to fuck with me. So I make a phone call. I call Morris High School. I call the lunchroom. A little girl picked up. And none of my guys was there. I was like, please, because these guys was big. It was big. It was gonna fuck me up. And so I was like, yo, tell the guys, I got problems coming to South Bronx High School. So when I go outside, so we had a girl from my block, her name was Yogi. Yolanda went to South Bronx. So she was telling the kids, like, yo, I don't think y'all know who y'all with. Like, you know, like I said, it wasn't social media. There was another side of the Bronx, another side of town. She was telling them, don't with them, I'm telling you. They're gonna come, like you bugging out. And they were like, I guess the tough guys of the neighborhood. So 3 o'clock, they waiting for me outside. So I'm like, here we go again. I got bullied my whole junior high school. Then I become the bully, now I'm getting bullied again, right? So I walk outside, and when I walk outside, they ready to fuck me up, and we ready to fight. I'm gonna fight them. And I look across the street, the whole crew runs across the street, 100 terror squad guys, bottles, all type of shit they had. And I stop. And I tell the guys, yo, I try to tell y'all I'm not the one. So now my guys from Morris, who just see me get kicked out of robbing 70 guys by myself, are like, and I was like, no, I told my moms I'm gonna change. I'm gonna give y'all a pass, because I told my moms I'm gonna be a nice guy. But now y'all know, you don't ever try to disrespect me. So then South Bronx High School was sweet for me. You know, nobody ever with me. I didn't have to do much. They had more girls in that school. You know, it was a good place.
Did you graduate?
No, but shout out to Luis Torres. He was my teacher. He was a great guy. Rest in peace, man. A real great guy who always told me to follow my dreams and my goals.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.